with the Madsen Report, the Sunday Roundup, and we're coming to you live tonight from Washington. It's March 20th, and we're talking about the reactor situation in Japan. And obviously, there's a lot of similarities to Chernobyl, 1986, 3 Mile Island, 1979. What is obviously a common thread through these three nuclear plant disasters is the fact that there's a wide gulf between what is actually taking place and what is being reported. We now have the people leaving the metropolitan Tokyo area, those who can afford to, moving south. Keep in mind that the greater Tokyo region, which is Tokyo and Yokohama, you've got around 20 million people in that area. Where do you move 20 million people? We've got the Swiss embassy today relocating the embassy to Osaka. We've got international airlines no longer flying into Narita International Airport. We've got traces of radioactive material now in the Tokyo municipal water supply, in the northern agricultural region, showing up in milk and spinach. There are so many things that just cannot be had now, found on the shelves. Rice noodles. And if you know anyone in Japan, if you have any friends over there, they don't need money right now, because what good is money if you can't buy anything? If you know anyone there, they're really in need of those ramen noodles. If you send it, they keep the parcels small so they're not held up by customs. Pampers, toilet paper, rice can get it can weigh a lot, and you're going to pay for that. Somebody, of course, has suggested if you work for a company that has a FedEx or UPS account, maybe they would allow that account to be used to get these items to your friends, or if you have family in Japan. Batteries, AA, AAA batteries, you just cannot find these things any longer. Powdered soup, powdered milk, a face mask. These things are just disappearing left and right. They just cannot be found in the Tokyo region and in the areas to the north that were impacted by the tsunami and the quake, and now by evacuations from the area around the reactor. But it's very interesting how the government and the operator TEPCO soft-pedaled the danger until it started to get worse and worse. Very similar to 3 Mile Island. Now, I want to play two clips. The first is from WCAU TV in Philadelphia. They sent a reporter over to Harrisburg who was covering the fact that there was so much international interest by other reporters, and you're going to hear what a Japanese reporter says in Harrisburg in 1979 when he's asked, "Why are you here covering 3 Mile Island?" Talk about looking into the future. Let's play this first clip.
The world has never seen a nuclear accident like this before, and Middletown, Pennsylvania has never seen anything like the people who came to cover this historic event. Why are you here? To see what happened. What country do you represent? Japan. Why are you here? Because Japanese are very sensitive, concerned about nuclear things. British are trying to report on what's going on for my own viewers. It's a story of a lot of interest over there. We have a higher percentage of nuclear generated electricity than you do. Usually, as a reporter covering a story, the hardest thing to find is a cup of coffee. But in this town, the hardest thing is the telephone. I found two, and I'm sharing them with dozens of other reporters.
Well, that, of course, was the days before the cell phone, so telephones were in short supply. But the Japanese reporter made mention of the fact that Japanese are very sensitive to nuclear issues. Of course they are, because they were the only country attacked twice by nuclear weapons in World War II, and they were sold on these nuclear reactors because safety was stressed. Safety, the fact they had contingency plans, to react to these things. And now we've got helicopters dumping seawater on these cores that are open to the atmosphere, putting out plumes of radioactive material that are now have drifted past California. And we're being told, oh, nothing to worry about, but it is getting progressively worse. Now, isn't it interesting that one of the people they have on these corporate-owned networks is Richard Thornburg, who was the governor of Pennsylvania at the time of the 3 Mile Island disaster? And believe me, and I'm going to play this clip from CBS News about how the Nuclear Regulatory Commission here just did not really know what to do. Sounds very similar to the regulators and the oversight people in Japan. They were, just scratching their heads, trying to downplay the issue. But there were plans then, just like there are issues now with Tokyo being evacuated. There were plans to evacuate Philadelphia and the areas around Philadelphia because of 3 Mile Island. But Richard Thornburg, as governor of Pennsylvania, waited 3 days, knowing how bad the situation was, to tell pregnant women first to get out of that area affected. And we will be right back with your calls and more on the nuclear disaster right after this short break.